Like a lot of conditions, menopause isn't always a daily issue for somebody. So you might have days where you are well and the menopause isn't affecting you as much, or you might have days where you have sleepless nights for days on the trot, or you might have days where your mental health and well-being is actually really good and well, or you might have days that it affects you. Even things like your skin, all the things that impact you around menopause, it is fluctuating. So you're going to have times, like with a lot of health conditions, that are going to be up and down.
So we have hormone replacement therapy, HRT. It's only 3 letters, but it's very important to know that there are different doses, there are different types, there are different formulations. And so to replace the missing hormones, which is what happens with the menopause, can really improve symptoms because you're treating the underlying cause. More importantly, actually, for me as a physician, giving those hormones back actually reduces the risk of these conditions I've already mentioned, such as heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, dementia. So it's very important that women know that for the majority of women, the benefits of taking HRT outweigh any risks.
What's really helped me during the menopause is exercise. I started running. I wasn't a runner, and I'm still not a very fast runner, but I think that and swimming has really helped. So I go out and I run, and it's space on my own, it's head space on my own as well, and I come back and I feel really great about myself, and it's given me more energy. That sounds bizarre, that when I've had 3 hours sleep, the last thing people want to do sometimes is put a pair of trainers on and go running. But when I get in from work, I get changed straight away into my running gear and I go out and I feel so much better after I've had a run. Physically, because actually at this time in women's life, you're more prone to putting on weight easier. It's good for you because it helps keep the weight off. But mentally, it's very good for your exercise as well. And I'd advocate anybody who's going through this puts themselves first and actually pays for that babysitter like I do and goes out and does some exercise.
Massively supportive to meet other ladies and colleagues who are going through what I'm going through, and you feel like some days you're going mad and you're on your own with it all, and angry, emotionally angry, and would like to punch something. You can have a verbal conversation and get rid of all the frustration that way rather than physically.
I decided to try the natural remedies, and there's something called a lady care magnet. I bought one of those. So this is a magnet which you put inside your underwear, and in 70% of women it does help with the hot flushes, and it did help me. It doesn't help everybody, and I'm not quite sure of the science of how it works, although there's a full explanation on the Lady Care website. But it definitely helped within a day of wearing this Lady Care magnet, my hot flushes disappeared.
I've managed to move my shift pattern, so I now work early morning till sort of mid-afternoon, and that works really well for me because I'm an early riser anyway, and if I've not had much sleep, being able to get my work done in the earlier part of the day really helps my productivity. And even down to really silly things like being able to have a fan on my desk, but having a desk so that it doesn't point at somebody else. So, in the middle of December, when it's snowing and I'm there having a hot flush thinking, I'm in the desert, I can have my fan on and I'm not affecting my colleagues. That's been really nice. And the fact that a lot of my colleagues now will sort of help me by making notes for me or dropping me an email going, I know it's best if I write it down so you can come back to it later. That's been really, really helpful.